Um, I'm Clint. I'm sure I haven't seen a lot of you in a long time, but uh, as some of you know, 2 weeks ago my friend took his own life. My best friend, in fact, somebody I had known since second grade, and there wasn't a time we weren't friends. And later on in life, he he started he started falling under that depression spell that some of us fall under, myself included. And he didn't make it. And um, I don't know how I'm dealing with it. I feel selfish talking about my feelings right now because it doesn't matter. I mean, my best friend is gone. That's all that matters. I guess I feel like I have to talk. Um, Even though I wrote something on his Facebook page that I hope encapsulated our friendship, that I hoped brought up the best moments that we had together as we grew up and as we were friends, all the things that we did. Um, Later on in life, though, I think we both started realizing that each individually, us as an individual, that we were depressed people, not just, oh, I'm sad or I'm having a bad day. No, I'm talking about the depression that never goes away, the depression that is hopeless and despair and constant shame that you're a failure. Depression does a lot of this talking and a lot of this feeling and a lot of acting for you. And myself especially, I don't know how long I've been depressed. I haven't had the fortune to talk to a psychiatrist. I've never been able to afford one. When I was working jobs, I thought that would fix my depression. I thought maybe I just needed something of my own. But I mean, I had something of my own for a long time there, where I had my own place, nice job, plenty of friends, plenty of activities. Just, it was perfect looking back on it. But even then, I still wasn't happy, and I don't know why. If I compare that to what I'm living in now, where I'm at now, back then was like living in a kingdom as a king. Um, right now, with a lot of shame, I have to admit I've been living with my mother for 2 years maybe. I didn't want it to last this long. There's so much more, but led me to here. I was homeless for a month or two. Time was strange then, but at least my car worked. I would pop a tent in the woods, sleep there, and during the day I would go to the library, try to do things online to make a little money, try to find avenues that could help me, and there really isn't a lot. I've tried homeless shelters. There's not many around here, and they wouldn't take me in particular because I've got, in addition to depression, as if depression isn't bad enough, I've also got anxiety and bipolar disorder. So the medications that I'm on for that, homeless shelters, they don't want to deal with that because that could create problems. Understandably, I understand that. Um, so I really had no other choice. Um, I'm sorry if I'm rambling here. I probably will repeat myself. I didn't script this. I just wanted to throw myself up there, put myself on the spot, see what came out of my mouth. Um, like Jason, I suffer from depression. Um, And a lot of people don't know is that I myself have attempted suicide 3 times. 3 times. The first one was more of a cry for help type thing. It was a very, very mild overdose. I probably wouldn't even have needed to call the ambulance, but I did just to be on the safe side. I don't know what drove me to do it. Something bad just happened that day. But still, on top, there were still things going on inside me I wasn't aware of, but just things pressing down too hard, and I needed a release. And so I took a few more of my pills than I should have, but it wouldn't have killed me. But again, I still called the hospital because that was the right thing to do. That wasn't terrible because, that's, that kind of shined a light on things. Now it's serious. Even though my depression may go back to high school, that's what I've heard from some therapists. And looking back, even though I was very happy in high school, sometimes, I don't know, I couldn't put my finger on it. I felt like the older I got, the closer the end of high school came, that things felt like they were getting darker. And maybe it was because I was so comfortable in high school. I saw my friends every day. I'd go to school. I loved going to school to see my friends. And I had so many friends in high school and so many great people that I've long since lost contact with. And that's just one of my many regrets. Some people I think of a lot, I have some good times with, that were wonderful people. Not to get sidetracked, but I also found out that last year one of those friends, I believe it was around December, he passed from cancer. He was my age. I knew him. We were friends in high school, but we lost touch. I didn't even know he was sick. And so, back on track. Back about me. It's because this is about me. Because, I'm the most important thing. But back on track with me. That suicide attempt happened when I had my apartment. I was still having decent times. I had my own place and everything worked right. I just wasn't happy. Well, I lost my job. I'd worked for a long time, almost 10 years, and I was trying to find another job. And I was close to eviction so many times. And I finally found a job, and with some people I knew that I'd worked with before. They had started working somewhere else. They opened up their own thing. I was like, sounds good. That sounds like a good place for me to get back into the water. But I tried, and as I went on, I thought maybe this could work, but it wasn't paying the bills at all. And those eviction notices kept coming. And I was running low on food, and I was having to deal with people, deal with customers, something I always thought I was good at, but I wasn't anymore. And just everything started to weigh down on me. And I hadn't really been hanging out with friends anymore. I've been doing a lot of home drinking, a lot of that. And even though I had started to realize that it was bad, and I was actually cutting down on it because it was no longer fun getting drunk. It was boring, and it made things worse. It made me feel lonelier. It made me feel more like a failure. And then, of course, in the morning when you wake up, you feel absolutely worse. So I had tried to cut down on drinking, but still, and plus I couldn't afford it. But I had a second suicide attempt. It was my birthday. I'd come home from work, and I was just sitting on the couch, and I started drinking. And this had been when I had really cut down on drinking. I mean, I wasn't drinking nearly as much as I used to have been. But in there, it's my birthday, I'm by myself. No one seems to really care it's my birthday, at least I didn't. And I didn't really mind that too much because I have a hard time with people's birthdays as well. So it's just that birthdays and holidays had slowly ceased to have any importance to me. Because I never saw my family. And my second attempt back to that, I had been drinking that night. There was a girl I had been seeing off and on, and it was a bad relationship, but I liked being with her, and it was good when we were together, but us breaking up was always inevitable. We got back together and broke up so many times. I lost count. Honestly, I could not tell you how many times that happened. And I should have broken it off, but when you're somebody who feels alone and when you feel like you need someone there, sometimes you don't think with your brain, you think with your heart, and that can be dangerous, and it wasn't my case. So I had come home from work, and there was nothing to do, nowhere for me to go. It was late. Still had eviction notices. Started drinking, and until there was something just some kind of just realization or something. I can't really describe it. It's almost like a calm. It's almost like that night my brain, my mind was just storming with all this negativity, and then suddenly there was a calm in that. But that calm wasn't a calm in good fashion. It was almost like my emotions had completely shut off, like they had died. And it was just pure apathy at that point. And it's like I tried to get my life back on track. And I know now I didn't try hard enough. I never know what to do in these situations. I don't know how to ask for help. I don't know when I need help. Just growing up in our family, we never talked or anything. There was never any, hey, are you feeling okay? Are you sad? Or is there anything you need? I don't know if that's how it is in families. But if that's normal, then that's me not asking for help instead of getting help offered to me. So anyway, and in that calm that came while I was drinking, I just couldn't deal with anything anymore. I couldn't deal with it. I could not find anything in the world to make me happy at all. I felt like I wasted my life away doing nothing. Terrible jobs, hadn't been seeing my friends, pushing them away, just doing stupid things, hurting people's feelings, just dangerous, reckless behavior. And so I had a year or so ago, I had bought myself a 9mm, 9mm pistol because I was interested in maybe going target shooting. I thought maybe that would kind of help me get out of the house. And I like shooting guns. That may sound stupid, but I mean, target practicing, it's something that I like to do, to go outside in nature and just test your ability, your aim, your steadiness, and all that. It was something I enjoyed doing, regardless of your stance on guns. But I put the gun to my head at first, and that didn't feel right. And then I put it to my chest, and that didn't feel right either. I don't know what I was thinking. Something was like compelling me to give fate a chance, whatever that meant. As in, if I put my gun to the head and pull the trigger, I am dead. If I put the gun to my heart and pull the trigger, I am dead. But if I come close to one of those things and pull the trigger, I might die or I might not die. So I ended up pointing the gun just about right here and pull the trigger. And was a strange thing, really. You just hear a pop, and it's almost like after you hear a loud bang of thunder, and now there's that quiet that immediately follows, that kind of creepy quiet where you're still in shock from the sound. I don't know how to describe it. I was in shock because I didn't realize what I had done. So I kind of just stood up and walked around the living room for a little bit, and then I started feeling myself getting colder. I could feel my body temperature lowering. I could feel my breathing becoming labored. And I had a cat at the time, and I I sent a text message to my brother's wife to take care of my cat for me. And I don't remember if I dialed 911 or if they did or what. I don't remember much after that, because I think at that time I was starting to slip. I don't remember much except for weird, vivid imagery, like I'm in a dream. I can remember seeing my arms and legs, like I was looking down and seeing arms and legs. It was weird, but and then I woke up in a hospital, I guess a few days later or whatever. That ruined that job that I had, of course, and I ended up losing my apartment too. So, I don't know how to get from here to where I want to get to. I guess I could just say that I tried to get other jobs, live with various people, different people, look for jobs. I would spend days just looking for jobs and going to interviews and things like that. And I went through so many jobs. And I was still fighting that depression. It sounds bad to blame depression on everything, and I hate doing it because I know a lot of it is me. I feel like sometimes that I am a lazy person, but other times I feel like I'm not always lazy. I mean, I don't want to be lazy. Some of the things that I've done are the antithesis of laziness, and so it's a conflict within me. I doubted. I was like, am I really depressed, or am I just a terrible, lazy person who doesn't care about any damn thing in the world? But I tried to get my life back together. I got a job, moved in with someone. A woman was renting a room for a decent price, and so I moved into there. I didn't have much time at all. I can't go into detail about that because that would take forever. But I just didn't have much time to find a place. And because I had to move and help other people move their stuff. Anyway, it took me a long time just to move. And I didn't have any time at all, hardly, to look for an apartment. So I moved here, and I was like, I can always move out if I don't like it. But the house seemed okay, but it wasn't. This woman had so many dogs, and I tried to help. I paid for the internet, and I brought her computer parts so she can get her computer back together. I gave her money before we even moved in. Just all these things I tried to do, try to smooth it over. The most important thing I did was try to explain to her that, I have suicide attempts in the past, and that I'm depressed, according to the doctors, and that I have a lot of issues. I'm not a very social person right now. I'm trying to change that, but right now I'm just trying to get my life back together, and being social, while important, is not as important as me trying to get myself taken care of. And the job itself turned out to be a disappointment for me, because I was hoping it would be something I could get promoted, something I'd be good at, but it wasn't happening. And they were having me do very hard labor that I would come home, my back would be killing me. I would be dirty. My head would hurt. I could barely walk. And that sounds like, yeah, well, welcome to every job. Yeah, I know. I understand that. This was the hardest work I've ever had to do. And with myself not still close to, I weighed like 120 pounds at that point. And they had me and another guy lifting 200-pound products all day. And that's 10 hours a day. And it was hard for me, but I did it. But then once again, 6 months after that, I woke up one morning and I couldn't do it anymore. That's just how it happens. It's weird. It's not with me. It's just all of a sudden it pops into my mind and doesn't go away. So I don't remember much. I remember taking a lot of sleeping pills. And then I remember waking up. I don't know what day it was. I woke up and I was disappointed that I wasn't dead. So I drove to the drugstore, which was extremely stupid for me to do and dangerous. I drove to the drugstore, got more sleeping pills, and took those. Well, I don't remember much after that, except for waking up in complete darkness. Complete darkness. It was like I were blind. I must have been blind because I was in nothing but complete darkness, stumbling around. I couldn't move hardly. I was falling, hitting my head on things. And slowly, I began to see again, and I was lying on the floor of my room, and I was hallucinating that some guy was in my bed, and he said that, he told me that our roommate said it was okay for him to be in my bed, and I wasn't happy with that, but I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't get up. And a little longer after that, I pulled myself up, and I went to the bathroom. I don't know what I was going to do, maybe try to take a shower. That's when the cops came, and they were very pleasant. I don't know, I guess they thought I was on crack or something. But I guess they have to assume I am. But they said, I'm either going to jail for, I don't know what for, but either jail or the hospital. And I was like, well, I don't feel well. I don't know what's going on. So I think I will go to the hospital. So I was in the hospital for a week, a little bit longer, I guess. And then when I got out, before I got out, I tried to call my workplace, and I could never get a hold of anybody. Their HR department always left messages, no callbacks. But when I got back, they'd sent me a letter saying I had been voluntarily terminated. And then I didn't have a job. I still had some money, so I was giving her rent. But things were getting worse because she lost her job. And something really silly set off the whole thing, and that I think I ate her last SpaghettiOs, her last can of SpaghettiOs. Even though this is, when I moved in, I brought food and cleaning supplies. I brought things that I had, and basically told her that these are your things. These are our things now, Who cares? We live together. Food, you can eat this, I can eat this. I know we've got our own foods that no one else touches, but, for the most part, she agreed. This is, we share. And I, in fact, thought it was mine, one of my cans that I had brought over. It probably was. But she freaked out because there was no SpaghettiOs. And she was just screaming and yelling that whole night. And I was just in my room, just trying to collect myself, just trying to. And a friend of hers, that's actually how we met. One of my friends introduced me to her because she needed a roommate for her room. So that was helpful too, because I'd rather move in with someone that knows someone that I know than a perfect stranger. So that was one reason why I moved in there. I thought that that's a good sign. But my friend, not the roommate, but the roommate and our friend, it was really more my friend. She texted me saying, your roommate is trying to get guys together to come beat you up. And part of me really wanted to stay and be like, really? They want to try to come in here and beat me up? They're more than welcome to it. I mean, I was just in that kind of mood. I was just like, I don't care. Let them come over here and do what they want. But then I thought, well, you know what's going to happen is somebody's going to get hurt. Me, who knows? Them, everybody. Cops are going to be called. Somebody's going to go to jail. I don't know. And I also thought about the cat I had right there. I had to keep my little cat in that room because her house was so full of dogs. She had like 12 dogs in that house. So my poor cat had to stay in that room. Otherwise, she'd get attacked by those dogs. So I just packed my cat up, packed a few things up, and got out of there. Dropped my cat off with a friend. And I went to the library just to see what I could find. And of course, homeless shelters wouldn't accept me. We only had one around here. Wouldn't accept me because of the medications that I was on. And then the medications that they would accept, they don't give them to you every day. They dispense them to you on certain days. So if you're taking an antidepressant you need to take every day, well, they just give you twice the next day. And that didn't sound right to me. But I couldn't stay there anyway. I would have, but I couldn't stay there anyway because of the anxiety medication I was on. I take those panic attacks. I could not go without those. So luckily another friend, let me stay at their house for a little bit. I just wanted to get away from that roommate because I could feel myself getting angry and getting back in that dark, desperate spot. It just really upset me, the whole thing, because I had done my best to make things work there. I wanted things to work there, and it didn't. And I really felt I gave my effort. But I stayed with my friend for a few weeks. Actually, I think it turned into a month. This is my fault here, but when I tried to call my roommate, I couldn't get a hold of her. When she finally did call me back, she's like, "Oh, your stuff's gone. It's gone. Too late for you. It's all gone." When I mean stuff, I mean my bed, my clothes, jackets, shoes, my computer, my cameras, my TV, my movie collection, my video game collection. So much stuff. All my stuff. Really, it was all my stuff. So basically everything I owned I could put in my car. And that was when I was homeless for about a month and a half to two, I don't know how long. But after that, I moved in over here. And this is sounds silly, but I set up a tent in my mom's backyard because I wanted to be out of the way, out of her way. I just wanted to be in a tent where I could be by myself. That's what I liked. Then it started getting cold, and she was like, "No, you can come in here. There's a room in here you can stay." So I did that. And this was when my car was still running, so things weren't terrible. I could stay here. I don't know what I was going to do about clothes, since I had 2 pair of pants and a couple of shirts. Nothing, old pants, mind you. These aren't anything that you would go to a job interview over. But I was hoping it would buy me some time to save money somehow, work online if I could. But my car stopped working. It just died. It wasn't in great shape in the first place. It had problems. It had a power leak that we never could find. And I spent so much money when I was working and living with that roommate. I spent so much money trying to get it fixed. That was another thing right there. It seemed like no matter how much money I made, which was a decent paying job, I just never had money because I was spending it on this car. And so I ended up moving into a room. And I guess another reason is that when I was in a tent outside, I felt like I wasn't living with my mother. I was living at my mother's. So it was still removed from that. It still wasn't like I was living with my mother again. But I did have to move in because it was getting cold. And she needed help because she had to quit her job because she's getting old. I thought it would be a good opportunity. I can help her, and she can let me stay here. I thought that was the way it was going to be. But lately, things have gotten really, really bad. She is getting old, and she gets medication, and she gets too much medication, and she takes too much medication to the point where she becomes dangerous. She becomes hostile. The unpleasant things that come out of her mouth, hurtful things, and all I can do is put up with it. I should have called someone long ago, but in my selfishness, I thought if they took her away, they would take the house away, then I would have nowhere to go. That's a very selfish way of thinking. But at least she would be safe, and she wouldn't be endangering herself and myself. Because some of the things that she's done, she's almost started fires. She's claimed to have lost her truck, or she said someone stole her truck when it was sitting in the driveway. She loses things. She's lost her car keys, her cell phone. And that's another thing, whenever she gets her medication, which is toward the middle of the day, I can always tell because she'll come knock on my door because she can't work her cell phone. The cell phone she's had her cell phone for 5 or 6 months. And I hear her talk when she's not on her medications. I hear her talking on it all the time. So when she gets on her medication, she suddenly doesn't know how to use her phone. She's lost her car keys. I've had to walk to the grocery store just because she lost her car keys. Dangerous thing. She's locked herself out of the house. And quite frankly, it becomes an issue of safety. I'm scared when she's like this. I've tried to regulate her medication, but that doesn't work because she just gets mad. She threatens to call the cops on me. She accuses me of stealing her medication. I can't count how many times she's accused me of doing that. I don't know if she legitimately loses them. Her house is wrecked. That's another thing. I've tried to help her clean it, but it doesn't stay that way, and I've just given up on it. I keep the room I stay in clean. I don't make a mess when I go out there. I clean up my mess, but I do not clean up after her mess anymore. Because if I do, it won't stay that way, and it'll probably only encourage her to continue not to give a damn. Inside this house is revolting. There are cockroaches. So that's the hot water doesn't work anymore. Some of the doors don't lock. Some of the lights don't work. She's had dirty plates in the sink for years. I mean, not years. Dirty plates because they're sink water. The water that comes out of the sink is brown. So they can just leave that there. I try to help out. Like I said, I've tried to help her clean up. I cut her grass for her. I get her groceries for her. I run errands for her. Take her trash off. Stupid things like that. It's not a whole lot. If I could do more, I would. I don't know what else I've asked her. I've asked her to tell me what else I can do. Because she always tells me I don't do enough. So if I ask her, what do I need to do more of? She doesn't have an answer. She just stumbles and says something else. She loves to blame, too. Anything that goes wrong, I'm the first one that gets blamed. I got put in the hospital one time because I lost my temper. And that's on me. But she had blamed me for her power bill. And even though that whole month I was trying to tell her to keep the air off because it was cold outside, or warm outside, or whatever, she kept it on 24 hours a day. That whole month. And of course her power bill was outrageous. And she blamed me. The only thing I have in this room that uses power, I have a lamp and I have a laptop computer. That's all. She has the television. She has little lights that are armed. She keeps those on. I can guarantee you that the laptop and the lamp are not going to run your power bill up. I have had my own house, believe it or not, and had a power bill in my name, and I had a lot of electronics. I had a big screen TV, I had a big computer, radio, I had all kinds of stuff, video games, lights on. Never had a power bill more than $50 maybe. So she should know as an adult that using your heat, air conditioning all the time is going to run your power bill. She doesn't know it. Anyway, we got into a fight over it, and I said some dumb things about I was going to hurt myself, which I didn't mean to say. I should have said it. My temper. I just reached it because she'd been bothering me about something else all day. I hadn't been feeling well, and I was going to cut her grass, but I couldn't cut her grass that day because I wasn't feeling well. But I'd been cutting her grass, so her grass was going to get cut. Anyway, I'm not doing well here at all. I don't know how to get out of it. I don't know where to go. I wish I did. I have a little cat that I worry about more than anything. This little thing right here. I found her. And she's about the only thing that brings me happiness. Can't really see much of her, but she's about the only thing that's got me company. If it wasn't for her, I probably just would have walked off long ago and just left everything behind. This little kitty right here, I found her, she put her hand. She's just such a sweet little kitty. And that's what I worry most about. But the fact of the matter is, I won't be here forever. This is my end some way. She keeps talking about she's going to leave. So, with what Jason went through, it's hard for me to maintain any kind of hope. Because I always thought that Jason would be the one that would get the help he needs, because he has a very supportive family. And my dad doesn't want anything to do with me, and my brother doesn't either. These are things my mom loves to bring up. Because of my depression, I guess I just haven't gotten better. And they think I should have gotten better faster. I don't know. I wish I could have gotten better faster, but I'm not better. It's been a very long video. I didn't mean for it to go on this long. There's so much more I could say, but I don't know what I'm going to do next. I may have to go find that tent again and go live off in the woods. But that's just, I feel like that's just biding time. I mean, I've attempted 3 times already. So there's something inside me that doesn't want to live. But at the same time, there is something that does want to live. It's just reconciling those 2 aspects. And I don't know how to do that anymore. This past 2 weeks, my emotions, I don't know what, I'm the type of person who bottles things up. I don't talk very well. I don't talk to people. I try. Sometimes I do try to reach out for people, but they're not there because they're busy and they've got their own lives. So sometimes this little right here is all I got to talk to. I worry more about her than I do myself. There's times so she's had food and I haven't had anything to eat. That's alright. As long as she's healthy and happy and still here to be my friend. But if I have to leave, I'm going to have to find someone to take care of her. No, that won't be easy. And that's about it, really. These are just some words, some feelings and thoughts. I don't know what I'm feeling right now. I'm definitely hopeless. At the same time, there's almost like I don't care anymore. I just don't care. And that's a bad thing to have. So when your hope dies, and that's when you die. depression is such a bad thing, and such a widespread thing, and we are in the dark ages when it comes to mental health. I mean, some of the encounters I've had with psychiatrists, it makes me wonder how they even got into the field. I mean, I've had rude psychiatrists, dismissive psychiatrists. These are ones I had to see when I was in the hospital. So granted, maybe they didn't want to see me in particular, they had to. I mean, when I used to see therapists, and I wish I could see them again. It's a matter of being able to afford medication or therapy. And my medication is the one that keeps me from having panic attacks and helps me sleep, and that's what I have to prioritize. And the type of therapy I need isn't, I need therapy bad. I mean, I need therapy where I go once a week, probably. Seriously, I probably do. I realized I need a lot of therapy. I have no one to talk to. No one to talk to at all. So, anyway, that's me. That's how I've been. So, if you listen to all this